everyone, and welcome back to the last video of our HR Toolkit series on enhancing employee engagement. It's been an incredible journey to talk through ways to boost team morale and productivity, and I'm really grateful that you've stuck with me this far. And today we're going to wrap things up by talking about one of the most important things in today's fast-paced world: virtual team building. As more of us work remotely, keeping a team connected and engaged when they're not physically together can be a real challenge. But here's the thing. Just because we're apart doesn't mean that we can't build cohesive teams. In fact, virtual team building is more important than ever. It's about making sure that everyone feels included, valued, and part of something so much bigger. Let's start off by talking about why virtual team building is so important. When your team is spread out across different locations, it's easy for people to feel isolated or disconnected. They might miss out on the casual conversations that happen in an office, or they might just struggle to feel like they belong in the team. And let's face it, even though it has its perks, working remotely can sometimes feel so lonely. And that's why virtual team building isn't just a nice to have. It's actually essential. It actually helps bridge the gap between distance and connection. When done right, it can create a sense of companionship, strengthen relationships, and even boost productivity. It reminds your team that despite the physical distance, they're not actually alone. They're part of a supportive and collaborative team that work towards the same goal. Now let's get into some tips for building a strong virtual team. Well, first things first, guess what? Communication is key once again. And it's more important than ever when things are virtual. For starters, make sure your team has regular check-ins, whether it's just a quick daily stand-up or a weekly, more in-depth meeting. The goal here isn't just to talk about work, but to keep those lines of communication open so that everyone feels connected and in the same loop. And if you think the goal here is to know what each other's doing in terms of work, you're missing. The goal here isn't just to talk about work, but to keep those communication lines open so everyone feels included and are in the loop. Next, create opportunities for social interactions. This could be as simple as starting meetings with a casual chat or setting up virtual coffee breaks where team members can just hang out and talk about non-work stuff. It might feel a bit awkward at first, but these moments can go a long way in making people feel more comfortable and connected. Another tip I can give you is definitely recognizing successes and milestones. Just because you're not physically in the same office doesn't necessarily mean you can't acknowledge achievements. Whether it's a virtual shout-out in a meeting, an email highlighting someone's good work, or even sending a small gift, these gestures show your team that their hard work is recognized and appreciated. And it's guaranteed to increase motivation too. Lastly, you can consider incorporating fun team building activities. There are so many virtual options out there that you can try. Online games, virtual escape rooms, and even a simple trivia quiz. The key here is to find something that everyone can enjoy, and that gives people a chance to interact in a relaxed and non-work setting. Let me share a couple of practical examples of how these tips can work in action. One popular idea that many teams have successfully implemented is a virtual coffee club. The concept is really simple. Every Friday, team members grab their favorite drink, hop on a video call, and just chat. No work talk allowed. It's a casual, laid-back way for people to unwind at the end of the week and get to know each other on a more personal level. Over time, this can help build stronger connections within the team, even if everyone's working from different locations. Another really effective practice is setting up a team shout-out board. At the end of each week, team members can give a shout-out to a colleague who did something awesome. It could be anything from helping out with a tough project to just being a great listener. These shout-outs can be shared in a team meeting, serving as a fun and positive way to wrap up the week. I know it's a small gesture, but it really helps boost team morale and makes everyone feel appreciated. And if you're looking for something more structured, virtual team building activities like online escape rooms or group trivia games can be a big hit. They're a great way to encourage teamwork, problem solving, and just have a bit of fun together. Building a strong virtual team might not be always so easy, but when you do, it's absolutely rewarding. By focusing on communication, creating opportunities for social interaction, celebrating successes, and finding fun ways to connect, you can create a virtual work environment that's just as engaging and cohesive as any physical office. As we wrap up this series, I really want to thank you for joining me on this journey through team morale and productivity. And I hope you learned a great deal from this series. If you have, please do not hesitate to share it with your friends. And remember, Whether your team is together in the same room or spread out across the globe, the goal is the same: to build strong, supportive, and productive teams. Here's to building better teams.